What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, A1EDU. We talk about products, locks, locksmith stuff, I guess. So we're gonna make a video about a safe, and I'm pretty sure I'm not covering it because it's pretty wide. We're gonna talk right now about the Browning Hell's Canyon 65. Let's go. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. We picked this safe because, again, I'll be honest with you, it's a top seller for us in the Browning catalog. And we do offer the entire Browning catalog, which is very vast. But the Browning Hell's Canyon 65 happens to be at the very top of our sales that customers are looking for. And I believe it's simply just due to its massive size, right? People want that, which is great. So the Hell's Canyon 65, let's do some measurements, right? Right off the bat, what are you looking at? You're looking at something that is 60 inches tall. It is on those feet, they come off when we deliver it. You're looking at something that is 56 inches wide. This box is 25 inches deep. That does not include the exterior hinges that you see there, the lock or the handle. We want to go ahead and add about 2.5 inches to that 25 inches when we're measuring spaces to put the safe. It does come with an electrical outlet. We'll cover that a little bit more. But what I want to say is that means there's a plug in the back of the safe, so we want to add about another inch, okay? This safe at that size weighs 1,055 pounds. Pretty hefty. The safe you're looking at is in the textured charcoal finish, okay? That is a S&G electronic keypad, and that's also the 3-spoke handle. The safe is available with the keypad or with mechanical lock. You have the option there, right? So that can always be changed. The other color option, the only other color option available in this line, the Hell's Canyon line, is a high gloss black. Which is really cool because it basically gives us this black on black effect, because this remains black, 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 and the logo's black, so you get a real black on black. It's really, really cool, really modern look. So that said, too, before we open the door and get too far into that, let's go ahead and discuss fire, okay? The folks at Browning, we've said it in other videos, their fire ratings and temperatures and how they do it and whatnot is a little bit different than other safe manufacturers, gun safe manufacturers. So they actually rate this at 1,680 degrees for 90 minutes, okay? So just a real quick graph, we'll do that. Here we go with the lights. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let the temperature get all the way up to 1,680 degrees, okay? It's gonna stay that hot for 90 minutes. And Browning tells us that if that happens, the internal temperature of the safe for that entire 90 minutes won't breach 275 degrees. Okay? Turn the lights back on, please. Thank you. So that's a little bit different. Other manufacturers are usually around that 1,200 degree mark for their rating, for whatever amount of minutes, excuse me. And then they're usually also closer to like 350 degrees on their internal temperature rating. And so Browning usually has a sticker and awareness that lets you know if it's 90 minutes at 1,680 degrees, that's exceptionally going to be similar to another safe that's rated, let's say, 110 minutes at 1,200 degrees. It's a lot of math, I know, but them's the numbers. Let's go ahead and open it. I cover everything I think I needed to out here. No, I'm gonna stay a little bit longer. Let's talk about this, the construction of it. This American-made safe, I do need to say that, is constructed of 11 gauge steel, okay? The door is also constructed of 11 gauge steel. However, after they build the door, form it, and put everything together, they go ahead and add a 12 gauge steel plate, or plates, I guess it is, technically, in the door, okay? So you've got 11 gauge here, then you've got 12 gauge behind it, making the door that much stronger. Let's look at what also makes the door stronger, okay? I'm gonna open this. I'm gonna swing it, keep everybody in frame here. Ta-da! Wait. Oh, perfect. So, what also makes the door stronger is the fact that it has these 1.25 inch diameter bolts that protrude from 3 sides of the safe, okay? So the top, left, and right. So by having the 12 gauge inner plate, having the 11 gauge exterior plate, and the large 1.25 inch diameter bolts, that's so that the door's not gonna wanna give or try to buckle or bow or anything when somebody's attempting poorly to make a pry attempt, right? So all these things come together to make it strong. Again, 11 gauge is not phenomenal, it's not great, but in the market of safes, what you get with 11 gauge as far as security and burglar defense is pretty decent compared to what you would have to spend to go much heavier, much thicker than that, okay? So we never want to blur the lines and make anybody believe anything other than what you're getting, okay? Right off the bat, let's go here. This is the DPX door system that Browning offers. It's kind of got some patents on a lot of their interior pieces here. With that, we have long gun storage on the door. That's what these feet down here are for. That's for the buttstock so that I can take my rifle, my firearm, set the buttstock down there, and then push the barrel in. And so that I've got a bunch of storage here on the door, which is probably different than you see from a lot of other safe manufacturers, because again, they've got patents on it. That is handy, especially if you're a regular shooter for competition, or if it's a certain hunting season or something like that, or you're just a range shooter and but you're constantly grabbing the same ones. It's kind of nice to have those right there on the door, that easy access. With that, these 2 big cutouts on the door, those are called scope savers. And so that's, again, I can take that long gun, set it down, put it on, and it can have an optic on it, so that optic has a place to go. With that, I can do 1, 2 optics here, and then 1, 2 more here. I have fit, personally, 50 millimeter optics on that, or in those scope savers just fine. Some fun facts, why not, we're here. This is kind of a shout out to Browning and to Pro Steel that, let me go back, Browning doesn't make safes. Pro Steel makes the safes. Browning has the name that we all know and trust and have used for years, right? So, but props to both of them. They put Browning guns on this little machine here, and it pulled the gun in and out. I know the number's higher, but I'm gonna say, I know it was 10,000 cycles, but I swear it's more than that. But anyhow, so they ended up doing it on 3 different weapons as they were testing. There was a stainless, there was a blued, and there was one of those ones that's like camo wrapped. And not only did none of those break through the 10,000 round cycle, the finish on all 3 guns didn't wear out either, which is phenomenal. But shout out to them for that, they deserve it. Up here at the top, you can put 5 pistols right up there. And I've seen pretty much, I don't want to say everything, that's ridiculous, but I've seen exceptionally large wheel guns, full size, semi-autos. I mean, I've seen pretty much anything that most of us purchase go on there, but hey, some of you guys and gals out there have some different stuff. On the shelves though, if you look underneath the top row and step back, so hopefully you can see that. If not, maybe we can put some beautiful B-roll footage for a better shot of what I'm about to say. Underneath the far left and the far right shelf, those are pistol hangers, okay? So on the left side there, you can just go ahead and slide on 5 pistols. They are coated nicely, so they shouldn't damage any barrels or anything. I've never had an issue or seen or heard of an issue with that. On the right side, there are 5 more. Difference being is that there are 2 that drop down a little lower. So if you've got a competition shooter pistol with a large optic on top of it, that'll slide right on there, no problem, so you can still store that. Cool thing about both of those products is that they're sold separately as well. So you get 2 with it. So right now that's 5, 10, that's 15 pistols that you can store right now comfortably. You don't have to throw on a shelf. But you can buy those 2 pistol hangers there, and they just bolt onto a shelf, so you can add them to every single shelf you wanted to, right? So that's a really cool add-on that they do. Their shelves, though, a little different. We talk about it. These are solid steel. and then they're polymer coated, right? So they're not gonna wear out very easily. They're not gonna stain, tear up. They're pretty rad in that, to be honest with you, when you actually get to touch and feel them. They've got the buck mark on them too as well. They're really cool, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a fan of that. The shelves are rated at 72 pounds each. So I'm telling you, they're telling me, we can put 3,000 rounds of 223, for example, on each one of these. That's impressive, that's really cool. And it's all because of the way they do their shelving from the back, the catalytic system, how it mounts on the back there, and you can move the shelves up and down, much like a refrigerator. It's really cool, but because they do that, there's big washers and stuff in the back behind the sheetrock there that allow them to give that extra strength and everything. So we've got the rifle racks here, the barrel racks. I should say this, I'm sorry. Hell's Canyon 65 is what it's called, and the reason why it's called that is because they're saying that that's how many long guns we can store. Now, being that it is so wide and everything, that really helps too, and I know we all have our opinions about how many guns it'll actually hold, but let's talk about this, why they say we can get there rather. So these shallower shelves here, the barrel racks, they're shallower with the idea that you take a weapon with no optic on it and you stick it in first to where it's in the back and it's standing perfectly vertical, straight up and down. Then you come back with a weapon with an optic, also standing vertically, perfectly straight up and down. That optic probably won't hit, depends on what's there obviously, but in most cases it works really well where they stand up. And the reason that we want to keep them perfectly vertical, straight up and down is so that these feet on the DPX door have the room to come in and swing without affecting those weapons in the back. And because of that, in all honesty, we've seen some amazing examples from customer safes where they have packed them. It works exceptionally well, it really does. We've got all the shelves extra that comes with it, so if you don't have quite that many, you don't need it. And of course, all of these can be purchased. You can add more of those. They do a great job with making sure we've got the Palusol on the inside of the door jamb. So again, when the door shuts, there is a fire. This material on the interior of the door jamb will expand 7 times its natural size to make sure that we're keeping out fire and heat and everything between the door and the body. I told you in the beginning, there is an electrical outlet. It is located there in the bottom right-hand corner, as most safe manufacturers do. So we can plug in lights and dehumidifiers and watch winders and everything else people like to plug into their safes. I mentioned the weight. Oh, those bolts, 14 of them. I think I said that actually. There's 14 of those bolts total. And I don't want to cheat that because I think that's really important. There are 3 different sizes available in the Hell's Canyon family. We picked this one, like I said, it's most popular. But let me know, questions, comments, I can always tell you more about that or make a video on one of those as well. And this bad boy, made in America, Hell's Canyon 65, as of September of 2023, retails for about $4,999. Other than that, if you have any questions, throw them in the comment section. I appreciate everybody watching. Subscribe, follow along, man. Turn on the notification so that when we pop up a new video about a safe you might be thinking about, we can get you educated on that one too. But like I said, as always, thanks for watching.